Sacrifice a creature of their choice? Huh? Target opponent sacrifice a creature of their choice? What? I don't understand. Is that like the new wording? I guess it is a new wording. I don't like the of their choice. Very weird. Yeah, this is fine. What does this do? Witch's oven and the cat. I guess? There's no way Diregraph Ghoul is right. Nethergoyf? Probably not. Oh, Kiva? Hmm. Can I get this to work? Put this on, like... I feel like this is usually just the 1 mana 3/2 in this deck. But, like... Is that even good? Probably. That's hard to block. Bloodghast. Sure. I keep calling this bucking. Bucking Bronco. What is bucking Bronco? Why do I keep doing that? Is it a Hearthstone card? No? I don't know why I keep calling it that. I don't think I've ever called this Caustic Bronco. I've always called it Bucking Bronco. I think Emperor of Bones is probably really good. Might need too many creatures for High Priest, but I do like it. Oh, Nashi. Probably Gix. I guess Marauding Blight Priest. Oh, the Nazguls. The Nazguls. I think that works. Yeah, I like the Nazgul, but they die. I don't know. They're just like scary. Wait, is it 9 or? Yeah, it's 9. Oh, that's where I messed up. Might take up too much space, though. Desecration Demon. Spellbook? I actually kind of like Tragic Slip. What's Glare? Not really. I don't think I like that one. I like Flare. Like, I don't think I like Glare. So which Liliana? Probably... Honestly, both are just fine. Westvale Abbey is possible. I do not have grief, no. Dreadhorde Bitter Blossom. Boop, boop. Chthonian Nightmare is probably busted. I would like Grave Pact, but it costs 4, feels slow. Maybe I don't care about trying to interact with my opponent's creatures like that. I mean, I like it. What's the... called like Bastion or something? This is also okay. Oh yeah, Veto. Veto. Not too big on that, maybe. We'll see. There it is. Yeah, Bastion of Remembrance. There it is. So, what's this? No. Phyrexian Arena. Oh, Phyrexian Reclamation. I don't know if I have room for the Nazguls. I currently don't, but like... I feel like maybe I don't want Nazguls. Because I own a sack creatures. I can, like, reanimate them and stuff. I feel like maybe I don't want them, though. Yeah, maybe not. Because, again, I try to sacrifice my own creatures. It's also an easy thing to just remove. What's the hull do? Oh, okay. Alright, Tragic Slit, probably not necessary. Mutavault. Looks like a Mutavault deck to me. Oh shoot, it looks like a Mox Amber Chrome Mox. But this also looks like a deck that could just replace 2 lands with those. That's easy. It's probably a Mutavault deck. let's do internet science. Oh man, he does have his own equipment, but I kind of like don't care too much about equipment. But it is like, it is his equipment, right? Like thematically and stuff. Must be blocked. Why would I want that? I feel like I don't want the must be blocked part of this. I feel like I do not want the must be blocked part. That's weird. So it triggers this. Yeah, alright. So I guess it does technically double up on your. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird to not play that card in this deck because it's like the card. The card. There is the new god that I don't know if I like. Can I can craft it. Is this good? I feel like Obliterator is just cooler than this, but it can, if I have enough creatures, do the thing with stuff. Oh, go with the resub. Welcome back. Good to have you again after all this time. Oh, I thought it was Zodiac. I'm like, wait a minute. It's a new card. I guess I have to. Alright, Desecration Demons, just now it just looks silly. Now it looks silly. What else do we have here? What do you do? What is this? Tomorrow is Father's Day. I won't be around tomorrow. Bold of you to assume this isn't my last stream. I'm never streaming again. I feel like this is annoying, but I also feel like I don't care about this. I don't think I care about that. Ophiomancer. What's the... I think I've seen that before. Warren Soul Trader. When pay one life sack... Oh yeah, this is just busted. Alright. Oh no, I'm running out of room. It's getting tight in here. Alright, no Grave Pact. No veto. And also no other veto that I put in here. We don't really gain life outside of... I don't know, it's just 4 mana. It doesn't feel like it's happening. This just doesn't feel like it's happening to me. Oh no, your kids don't talk to you anymore? Tragic. Surely that's what you mean. I don't think I want a silent visitor either, actually. Probably not the cat. Probably not Cauldron Familiar. What's the cat called? Shoot. Oh, wait, no. The cat's called Cauldron Familiar. My bad. This was called Cursebound Witch. My bad. I had it backwards. That's funny. I guess Forsaken Monument. Oh boy. Might not run any 4-drops then. I don't have room for all these cards. Pitiless Plunderer is a 4-mana card. It just makes treasures when creatures die. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense, maybe. Viscera Seer. I don't know if I like this. Oh man. It's like the black Smothering Tithe. Probably Jet Medallion. Okay, no more Nashi. Yeah, Victimize seems good. Do I own Victimize? I do. I always forget because there's this one. Wait, can you just get this? You can just get this, right, for an uncommon? Or, yeah, an uncommon. Nice. Look at that. Free Mythic. When this dies, get more stuff. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh no. What's it called? Diabolic. Ay, ay, ay. Maybe Bowmasters isn't good without a token, and every opponent who doesn't. Yeah, I think they just nerfed Bowmasters too hard. It probably just sucks. Seems like it always sucks. I get to play my favorite uncommon of all time, Reassembling Skeleton. I don't think Reanimate is ever a bad idea. Oh, we can play Imperial Seal. Huge. Is this a Grey Merchant deck? Grey Merchant's in half the lists on the internet. Something's telling me I don't like that, though. That being said, Yawgmoth seems solid. Oh, I don't own Yawgmoth? Oh, wait. It's this weird thing. No, go away. I don't want you. I want Yawgmoth. Get out of here, you anime nonsense. Okay, so Ooh, there's also a bunch of creatures when they die that leave behind 1/1s, but then we have to find a spot for those things with stuff. Crick. Does Shieldred do much here? I feel like Shieldred doesn't do much here. Oh, what's that? Enters, you put 3 0/1s into play? That's kind of cool. Village Rites? And the other Village Rites? Wow, Tragic Slip is popular. Alright. Shambling Ghast. Big Shieldred? Are you serious? I'm not running Big Shieldred. How do you ever play that? Well, again, this is not Historic Brawl. I'm just looking at EDH lists. You can't play Shieldred in Historic Brawl, you'll lose. Alright, I have so many cards, I don't think I have no respect for anything that costs more than, like, 2. So you can go away. Oh, it's just like the equipment. It's a 5-drop, but it is one of those cards that is very terrifying. You can try that one. It's very hard to kill. It would be ideal if it was hard to kill the turn you play it. Yeah, this is actually fine. It really... Yeah, it's like the equipment. I still think this equipment is way too slow, but... Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't actually mean to do that. Dang it, now I have to find it. I don't know the name of it. Ugh. Oh, right. I bet. Forgot that existed. My bad. You think this is bad? I think it's bad. I also think it's bad. It just works with your commander, right? You put it on your commander, you do the commander thing twice, because you have to do it 4 times to flip it. I don't think flipping this has much to do with you winning any game, but if you're going to flip it, it probably involves this. But yeah, this is... I don't know. I don't think I should play this. I really don't. I think I'm going to play this, I'm going to go to equip, and then I'm going to never actually ever get to use it in any game in the history of gaming. I really don't think it's ever going to happen. Speaking of which, I kind of don't like the Lilianas anymore. What are the 3? Unearth? Thought there was another one. Yeah, this one. Call of the Spaghetti Noodles. I've never seen Sephiroth flip, having played against it 20 times. So I hardly doubt it matters. But I'm going to keep it in so when I do like the deck explanation, so I don't have to find it randomly after. But this is not going to stay in. Ominous Traveler is like fodder. It's one of those lol, look at me and my infinite creatures. Okiba's weird, I don't like it anymore. What does this do? This, I think there's enough 1/1s in my deck that I can play this? Maybe there isn't. Does it lose abilities? No, it doesn't lose any abilities. I think this is possible. The counter argument is, who cares about like a 1 mana 3/2? On turn 1 even? Like, who cares about this? Yeah, maybe I don't even care about that. Sacking it to this is weird, and also potentially shrinking something important is also just weird. I don't know, it just... I don't know. A 1 mana 3/2. Honestly, even a 1 mana 3/3 is just worse than Llanowar Elves, so... It's kind of weird. I wonder how big a creature would have to be better than Llanowar Elves. I would say maybe a 5/5? A 1 mana 5/5 could potentially be scarier than Llanowar Elves. And the only way to do that is like Oscillate Pride. And it's the not nerfed Oscillate Pride. That might actually be better than Llanowar Elves. But they're not in the same format. Llanowar Elves isn't good, where Oscillate Pride is a card on 1 mana. They'll never see each other. You only get to play the 2 mana one. Wolf Strider is weird. I was thinking about it. It's kind of weird. Is that the only way to sack your own creature? I have Yawgmoth in here, actually. Keep forgetting that does that. Oh yeah, and I have the Warren Soul Trader. So I guess we could sack our creatures to another card. I don't know. I feel like I'm never sacking my own creatures to Woe Strider. Ever. Like, ever, ever, ever. Because I would rather sack it to this and actually draw cards. But, I mean, it's one of those cards that lets me sack spam. It gives me the option of maybe randomly having the ability to flip this, which I don't really care about. I don't know if I like Woe Strider. It doesn't help me take out 5 cards anyways, so... Oh boy, everything here is fine. Maybe Priest... Maybe this is way too much. But I don't really agree with that, actually. Skirt Stag High Priest requires untapped creatures, and it requires quite a bit of them. It's probably just way too slow, honestly. I'm going to just envision myself sacrificing it 12 times. I don't like Altar of Dementia. Ashnod's Altars may be okay. I don't think I like Dementia. Yeah, sack spam. No, I mean, you could just play. There's a lot of better ones than this. Oh, well, it can sack itself, actually. It is a creature, so this is probably just because it's a creature. I like it more than Altar of Dementia. So there is that. I don't think I want that. I'm not interested in sack spamming right now. I'm more interested in making this 100 cards. Which it currently isn't. Also, YouTube chat yet again has broken. Let me move it. For some reason, YouTube chat keeps cutting itself off, and I can't, like, read all the stuff. I don't know why it does that. Woe Strider is in 16% of EDH lists. You would figure it would be higher. Okay, Midnight Reaper is higher, so at least I got that part right. Wait a minute, did I? Where is it? I'm pretty sure I put Midnight Reaper in here. I know for a fact I did, so I must have accidentally taken it out. What? What? I clicked this. I swear I clicked this. I must have accidentally clicked it out. I didn't mean to do that. Wait a minute. What? I don't know. I'm tripping. Priest of Gix is the mana neutral thing, right? That is a combo? I thought you had to pay... Is that a combo? Yeah, I guess it is. You are now entering your worst nightmare. Well, if it's a 3-card combo, I like it way less. Sack a creature, return this enchantment to your hand, put that creature into play. Why do you need Jet Medallion for this to be infinite? Isn't it infinite already? You have 3 mana. You sack it. This goes back to your hand. You recast this. You sack the creature, you reanimate it. Get back Priest. You pick this back up. Why do you need Jet Medallion? Doesn't this net you 1 mana? Yeah, you need another. That's true. You do need just another creature. I wasn't thinking about that part. I feel like if I don't have another creature in play, I'm not going for it anyways. So, yeah, I guess that's true. It technically needs another creature. But it doesn't need Jet Medallion. Speaking of Jet Medallion, what does the Jet thing do? Oh, I thought there was a... Wait, what? Isn't there a Mox Conjure thing? I thought there was one in black. Oh, never mind. Oh, I guess it is. Yeah, there's other cards that... make infinite mana. I don't really have a use for infinite mana, do I? Unless I have Ominous Traveler. And then we're just staring at it for like 20 minutes. It's black and green. Oh. I guess I just didn't remember. This no longer looks like a Westvale Abbey deck. But I don't really care. I think it's fine to just keep it in. I don't know if Jekt is right. I unfortunately just crafted it. But that's not too bad. I'll just play it later. I don't think this fits anymore. I just don't have room. It is mana neutral with Shambling Ghast. Is it? You only get 1 treasure per cycle. You know, without Jet Medallion. I'm obviously talking about without Jet Medallion. If we're talking about 3-card combos, you're losing me. I'm not interested. If it involves Jet Medallion, don't let me know about it. It's not part of my brain. It's not why I would run it. But yeah, if I have a bunch of creatures in play, then like at least this does it on its own. Which I should have every game. If I don't, I'm probably losing anyways. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies... Oh, wow. Yeah, this is just another Midnight Reaper. It's probably better because I don't lose life. Didn't know this was in Magic Arena. I have never seen this in play. Oh boy. Well, I can craft it. I guess I will. I really, genuinely, full stop, think I should craft Grief. If I can spell it. I think I'm going to actually craft that. It's not like it's bad moving forward. Alright, we gotta take out at least 6 cards. Oh, what? Can I even play this? Probably. Oh boy. Yeah, this does target. It's not like each player or anything. I thought I took this out. I could have swore I just took this card out. I thought I took it out. Alright, my bad. Yeah, no, I think I was talking about earlier how it was probably way too slow. I thought I took it out. I still think the Pitiless Plunderer is also probably too slow, but I haven't played with it before. I've seen this in basically every Sephiroth list I've played against, so I don't know if I want to take this one out. I feel like it's fine. It doesn't see board wipes, which is kind of like a huge downside to it. It costs more than 2 mana. We just don't like the life gain stuff. Fine. I can agree with that. Very well. What does this do? Alright, what does this do? So we got like 1, I guess 2, 3. This doesn't make a creature token. Alright, so there's 3 more creatures that leave behind a 1/1, which are kind of interesting to me. There's a bunch of cheat deaths, which hopefully I don't have to run a bunch of cheat deaths, but there's probably a good chance I might end up running a bunch of cheat deaths, because Sephiroth might just die every game. Whenever another creature or artifact you control is put in the graveyard from the middle. Whoop, whoop. Perfect. better than the 3-mana one. I like both. I like all of that effect. I like every single effect that when a creature dies, I steal a life. I think that's something I just want in here. Oh, but I crafted Emperor of Bones. I just crafted it. I don't want to take it out. No. This sword is coming out, by the way. Guess I'll just do it. Explanation later. Unstoppable Slasher comes back always, right? Doesn't care how it dies. Yeah, Slasher is just so scary, isn't it? Yeah, super scary. We can't learn with eye twitch, but do I care? Not really. Maybe I shouldn't run eye twitch actually. Okay. But this curve is so low. Maybe I can take out a land. Yeah, this works. I've never seen anyone play this before, but I guess it works. It's so weird. That's so weird. I don't actually. You know what? I kind of like it. I probably have to manually stack the triggers if it messes it up, but it works. It's a 2-mana card. It's evasive. Creates tokens. I like that. It's kind of a problem solver, actually. I feel like there's a bit of a problem solver. I really don't think I like Pitiless Plunderer. Is it when only your creatures die, right? Yeah. By the time this is in play, it's like... Do I care? Oh, man. I don't know. I should probably really try that card. Oh, this is so hard. Alright, Priest is super, super slow. I'm gonna take out Priest. It's just slow. It's kind of like, well, I guess the other Priest. Skirt Stag. High Priest. There's one MDFC in here. Could probably run the other one. This one? Whoop, that's the one that's in here. Hold on. I can find it. This one. Turn from your graveyard to the battlefield any number of creatures that each have stuff. Alright. Oh man. It's a craft frenzy for this deck. I like Knight of Ebon Legion, Evolve Sleeper. I think they're fine. They never ever get sacrificed, which makes it kind of like questionable. Maybe we don't like them because of that. I can't sacrifice them. man. It's like 2 mythics and 5 rares. Oh, I'm feeling it. Alright. I think we're good. I think we've done it. Something is here in front of me, and it involves a bunch of words. Excuse me, a bunch of words and a whole lot of text. Alright, let's try this. Sephiroth. Fabled Soldier. 3-mana 3/3. Kind of similar to Gix. Whenever you attack, you sack a creature or you draw a card. Gix, whenever you poke your opponent, you draw a card. Whenever a creature dies, you steal 1 life for your opponent. If that happens 4 times in the same turn, this flips. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I've played against this a bunch, and it's never happened. It doesn't seem too easy to do that. I've seen people play a bunch of creatures that when they die, they leave behind a 1/1, so you can sack that as well, but then you need like a genuine sack outlet, kind of. You could have a bunch of removal and kill your opponent's creatures, but if they don't have a bunch of creatures, that doesn't work either. You could, I think, cheat death this with, like, Malakir Rebirth in the face of a board wipe, and that would be a bunch of triggers. But I don't know if it's the same instance of Sephiroth that comes back and sees the old Sephiroth's triggers. So I don't think that actually works. But anyways, I guess we'll read the backside. It's a 5/5 flyer. Has Supernova. As this creature transforms, you get an emblem that is essentially a blood artist. So every time something dies, you steal a life. And when this attacks, you can sack any number of creatures and draw that many cards. So kind of cool, but your board is probably already out of creatures because you just sacked a bunch to flip it in the first place. So kind of a weird ability. It's not indestructible or anything on the other side. But the emblem is nice. If you have that permanently, it is a bit of an issue. However, it's so... It just feels kind of snowbally. Like that it's like... I don't know. You flip it, it feels like a victory lap. It doesn't feel like it matters that much. Is this better than Gix? I don't really know. Because Gix gets to draw a ton of cards, and you also don't lose your creatures. So it's maybe just different enough that it's hard to compare it. But I don't know, Gix is in here anyways. So everything that likes to come back from the graveyard is ideal. Phyrexian Reclamation, Reanimate spells, all that jazz. Reassembling Skeleton, my favorite uncommon ever. I finally ended up crafting Grief, seems like a good spot for it. What is it? Warren Soul Trader, Yawgmoth, ways to sack my own creatures outside of combat. This does not have Menace. This does not have Flying. It doesn't gain Indestructible. So, seems really annoying to actually try to swing with this. You need, like, removal. It also has an equipment, which I wanted to leave in here to talk about it, but I ended up not doing that. It also has... this thing. I don't really like this at all, actually. I know it like doubles the pace in which you flip your thing, but good luck equipping this and also swinging and then also having things to like actually flip and trigger and whatnot, because the first trigger the first extra trigger it gives you, it just replaced itself, right? You didn't like net any, it replaced itself. This doesn't like give you any stats. It's actually kind of weird. It plays more into the same issue that this card has, which is it doesn't have Menace or Death Touch or like anything. So this forces your opponent to now block it, right? Which I argue you kind of don't ever want it to be blocked. The idea is it has First Strike, it must be blocked, so it kills something, and that's how you get your trigger. But this is Historic Brawl. This is not like kitchen table EDH with your friends, you know, and you're playing bracket, whatever. This is Historic Brawl, so you're not doing that. That's not going to happen. So that equipment is a bit of a trap, in my opinion. Drivnod is pretty neat, too. I expect this to actually enter in rather consistently be indestructible, but we'll see. There are some combos we're talking about with this one. You can reanimate like Priest of Gix, and then if you have Jet Medallion on top of everything, you can spam flip something that generates treasures. Plunger creates treasures. I like this, but I also don't like it because it costs 4. I don't know if that's gonna really come up too much, but we'll see. Hopefully we don't need a bunch of removal, but I feel like we're going to. And I also expect this to die a whole bunch, but at least it draws a card when it dies, and I like that. And it can trigger a bunch of cards in my deck, so. Alright. That's all I've got. That's it. Can't complete the quest. So far, the Final Fantasy set has not been kind to me when it comes to completing my quest for the day. On stream, I mean. The streak has ended because I used to be able to complete my quest like every single stream. Incidentally, too, I just got lucky. But not so far. Oh, come on. Come on with the double colorless. Maybe it's still fine. I really wish this Diabolic Intent was a creature, though. I don't have any creatures outside of Bitter Blossom, but, I mean, Bitter Blossom is a card, so... Alright, they have the best card ever. Let's see if we can beat that. Let's see if we can beat Sigarda's Aid. It's the best card when you have other cards with it, I should say. Which is pretty easy. Alright, they decided to not flash that into equip on a creature and give it double strike later. Alright. Well, Sigarda's Aid probably just spikes your chance to win by like 30%. And we're seeing that now. Probably one of the most crucial cards I could have drawn. Let's get rid of Tutor. No, we get rid of Victimize at this point. They didn't move the equipment. That's kind of weird. So... Chrome Mox. I think I need Ophiomancer in play, because Death Touch is pretty useful. And I don't think I'm casting Chrome Mox. I guess I could just cast this one now. Death Touch is useful, I guess. Sigarda's Aid is still just cracked in half still. This card is probably better than everything I've done combined this entire game. Alright, randomly generated mythic rares. I can't wait. So I can play my commander next turn, but now they have, like... what's the best equipment? What's the best one? Hexproof from monocolored. That's not what I expected my opponent to go grab. That's a little unusual to me. But that's what they did. let's get rid of the grub? I think I'd get rid of this. Okay, I should have just waited. Probably should have just waited, but I can, in some unusual way, actually flip my commander. I mean, it's possible, it's on the table, but like, I don't know. I feel like my opponent really wanted to get something that got around flying blockers, but they are still drawing a ton of cards. Maybe it doesn't matter. I think this, I mean, the whole game's been defined by Sigarda's aid, so we'll see. They randomly generated trample off of their thing. I mean, you might as well cast it, yeah. That is not where I would have put that. Does that do anything? No. So we can flip our commander with Soul Trader. And I think that's interesting enough to do. 1, 2... Feels kind of foolish in a slight way, but maybe it's... I think I'm probably just at that point I have to do this. So... Okay, I don't think I can flip the Westvale Abbey. I can't also... Can I kill my opponent? No, I can't. I don't have enough. I think I'm one short. I think I'm one short here. Hold on. Wait a minute. So stop here. Pass the turn. Okay. Yep. That happens. I think, yeah, we got it. We can sack Mutavault. No, 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 no! I wasn't done! What? It just removed the stop. Why did it... Can you not do that, please? I don't know I did that. Well, my opponent drew a card when they shouldn't have. It just, like, removed the stop. Unless I did that on... Oh, no, chat, we're one off. No, we're not. 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 We can flip... No, we don't have to flip Westville Abbey. We don't have to flip Westville Abbey. This is... I don't know why I'm struggling so hard. I can just make a token. I can just make a token. Everything's fine. Okay. Oh man, what a roller coaster that was, huh? Okay. We did it. Wow. I almost missed it. That was that involved both of my lands too. Oh my goodness, I beat Sigarda's. Oh man. This is just the best card in any equipment deck, period, and they just had on turn one. They did also randomly generate trample too, so that was probably, that was the last possible window to go for it. What a... Oh, I almost missed it. Ooh. I almost missed it. Oh man. Oh, that was crazy. We flipped the commander on the first game. We actually flipped it in the first game. That was a hand with no creatures in it. My hand had no starting creatures. And I still killed my opponent. That's insane. Well, I guess we can just stop playing it. That will never happen again. That was the best game we'll have. That will never happen again. Oh, man. Oh. Jeez. Oh, boy. Okay. Thoughtseize. I guess keep it because of Thoughtseize. Oh, I wonder what they blitzed Mulligan for, chat. Oh, it wasn't a one-drop. That's actually insane. That's kind of nuts, actually. Okay, my opponent's hand is just awful. Let's take out the... protection spell? Opponent's hand is just abysmal. Bloop. I feel like they turned my 2-2 into a 2-2. But, okay. Probably could have played Gix there, honestly, instead. Let's play Gix now, and just, you know. Oh, they found another island. That's adorable. Let's play Priest of Spaghetti. Zauberstein with the Prime sub. Thank you, thank you. Can they win from here? I don't know. I'm not going to grief. That doesn't feel like it makes sense. Like, recasting Nadu, I don't think saves my opponent. Alright, cool. Looks like they have a 1 minute spell now. What's up, streamer? Well, nothing but streaming. Alright, let's start with Unearth Priest, because that's actually just literally Dark Ritual. Build your own Dark Ritual. Cast Grief? Or get rid of Bitter Blossom. Let's get rid of Bitter Blossom, because I don't think it does anything. Could have played the Knight first, actually. That doesn't matter. I think my opponent has to have the impossible to stay alive here. I don't know what that is. Sure. That is not a 1 minute blue spell, which I thought it would be. None of this matters. Just take that, because it's the only castable card with the legendary thing. Yeah, I should have played Midnight Reaper first. But now they're just dead. Oh, wait. We swing. Alright, yeah, nice mulligan. Don't really feel bad about trampling a Nadu player, I'll tell you that much. I do not feel bad about that at all. You enjoy your Moldasix and mono blue lands. I will torture Nadu as much as I please. I feel like Nadu didn't actually get nerfed for Historic Brawl because you don't really... Wait, what was the nerf? I don't even... What is the nerf? I don't even remember. Is it once per character or once per creature instead of twice? I don't even remember. I thought I remembered and then I tried to think about it and... Well, I don't. I have no idea. What is the Nadu nerf? Twice per turn? What do you mean it only has... Oh, it's twice per turn across all creatures. Okay, I see. Yeah. Instead of just like 2 per creature. Alright. Most games before the nerf, Nadu kind of just didn't really do it more than twice. So it really didn't affect this format, in my opinion. Every time I saw Nadu before the nerf, it's like if it did it twice, you were just clearly losing horrendously bad. Alright, so we name... Human? There is no overlap with any of my creatures. That is tragic. I'm going to play Slasher. I'm going to play Slasher here. Because this is a huge problem for my opponent. You have to, like, do something about it. That is not something. Alright. Not what I really wanted, but I'll take it. Yeah, I'm just totally trampling this opponent. They need... I don't even really know what they need here, but they clearly don't have what they need, so this isn't tapping for mana either. I'd have to block because Mox Amber is mana for next turn, and that's just a problem, right? So I just have to trade. Does the counter ever remove itself? It does, yeah. So if they don't kill it, it just keeps happening. Yeah, I'm always blocking. Probably even without the Mox Amber, I'm probably still blocking, but... yeah, alright. He's balanced and fair. I think 1v1 in Historic Brawl, if you didn't nerf Nadu, I don't think it would have been a big deal. Because if you untap with Nadu and you trigger it twice a turn, you're just winning, right? It's like Tatyova. Did they play 2 lands? They're drawing 2 cards a turn? They're just winning. I don't think Nadu is a serious issue. It just leads to gameplay where you watch your opponent for like 20 minutes and they maybe win and you might get another turn. It just removes that from happening, where you're just staring at your opponent for like 20 minutes and like, oh, are they going to get there? Who knows? Guess we'll have to wait and see. Which leads to just lameness. But it itself, I really don't think is that problematic. Still just phenomenal. Like, it's an insane card. Oh, look, it's someone that actually has a 1-drop, chat. Look at that. Tragic. I guess we're naming Soldier? No, I'll name Human. I'll have to look what the right name is in the future. Oh, I missed a damage, chat. Whoops. That's fine. I think I can do better than that. I do have Ophiomancer. Yeah, Vivi is also not really broken in 1v1. That's probably actually just worse than Nadu. It's just worse than Nadu. Alright. We did enough stuff on our turn. My opponent didn't want to keep playing. Look at that. We did enough stuff. We're just like so far ahead that Yuriko triggers probably can't keep up. Cool. Vivi needs to protect itself every game, as we had learned. And when Nadu protects itself, it draws a card. Vivi does not draw a card when it protects itself. That alone just kind of puts it... And also you have green, which is leagues better than red. I think Nadu is just way better. As a Nadu player, it might not feel that way, because you don't have a boatload of removal, and then they untap with Vivi every game, and you're like, oh, I'm losing. But that's because you don't have any answers to it. Other than, like, counter spells. But for the rest of us normal people, Vivi's just completely egregious. Oh, look, they have a 1-drop. Crazy. Yeah, we'll just play Bloodghast. Good luck countering that. Or killing it, actually. No, it's not that big of a deal. Vivi's pretty mid. It's not that scary. It just the only thing that's good is if you play it on a turn that you've not like play it different than I did. All right, so they have a removal spell, but I cannot play 2 creatures to block. I just straight up can't play 2 creatures to block, so... I think this is my best bet. I think we just cast that this way. I would never, ever, ever, ever block this, but my opponent did block it. I just wouldn't have done that. Alright, unfortunately I didn't punish. If I drew a land there, excuse me, if I drew a land, that would have been just the best thing in the universe. Of course I didn't. Still no land. magically flips a bajillion drop, because of course they do. I guess that. Man, I love it when my opponent just perfectly hits all the expensive cards and none of the non-expensive ones, like, you know, this or that. The first flip was a 7. Of course it was. Oh look, a reasonable one. Alright, so... now what? Okay. I would always kill the 1-drop. Probably. I have 5 mana. Probably worth it to just play this and play that. Don't know why my opponent has Funeral Room in their deck, but okay. So... I need life, and I need it soon? I'm not sure I can win now. I can't reanimate that card, I'll just die. Yeah, alright. I don't know what to do. I think I think I got too low off the, like, super high roll here. And I don't have a good long-term answer to the air. I am just dying in the sky, so... This creature can't be blocked as long as you cast a non-creature spell. Alright. Not looking good here. Yeah. Not looking good. Not looking good. We're done. Okay, it's Eureka 3 games in a row. Do they have the 1-drop? 3 games in a row. Like I said, you probably have to have it every single game, so... Yeah, I was just dead. There's nothing I could have done. I just committed Sudoku. Also, all 3 games. Oh, opponent. Was that really important? Okay, let's play something that's not a creature. Oh, silly me. Why would I get to do that? Okay, let's play something that is a creature? Actually, this is fine. Can't really do anything about it, so... Let's get either removal, or removal, or removal. Chthonian Nightmare is probably just fine. Removal is also maybe okay. Yep, that figures. That figures. Alright, let's get this back. Play this. And Flying Spaghetti Monster. Nightmare. I can reanimate the Marauder? I suppose I will? I don't know. No, that's stupid. What am I doing? That's just dumb. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. That makes no sense. That's just a Ristic Study. It feels way, way too late to me to play Ristic Study here. Feels way too late, but alright, I mean, gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Let's sack the Death Touch token, because it's not swinging. And reanimate... Still nothing. Still nothing. Did they not play a land last turn? Or did they? They might have played a land last turn. I can't actually remember. We'll see it in a second here if they play the thing. Okay, so they did not play land. Oh, they did play land last turn. This doesn't matter without other cards here. Dreadhorde is interesting. I don't know how I'm ever, like... Can I afford to play around Ristic Study? Probably. Alright, let's reanimate... Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna reanimate, Bloodghast here. I don't want to reanimate... other stuff. Well, if I Kami with Marauder, Yuriko just becomes a problem, doesn't it? Yeah, Yuriko's just a problem. Like, it doesn't... They just get to ninjutsu off this sailor, and I just go back to losing. That doesn't do anything. Like, they just sack their commander because they don't want it in play right now, and then they just fly in with this, and then I'm back to just losing the game. Alright, well, now I just can't block. Yep, alright. I guess nothing mattered. I can go for it now, because I have to somehow not die to Yuriko. Of course, we all draw the infinite triggers, why not? Yep, that tracks. That tracks. We lost to the bad version too. Tragic. We lost to the one playing pointless giant expensive cards. Actually, Commandeer's fine. I probably should have been running Commandeer in mine. We've had Emperor of Bones every game. It's kind of funny. I don't know if I like this. Well, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I guess it just doesn't. Yeah, Commandeer's playable. Yep. The old ignore your opponent strategy, because that's just the best thing to do. Don't think we can beat this. Don't think we can beat this. Well, certainly can't beat it if I don't draw land. Okay, well, guess that was a game. Alright, I'm tired of seeing Emperor of Bones. Some games it would have mattered, but it doesn't matter early enough, I think. It has relevant text on it, it just doesn't show up. Like, the text box doesn't show up in time. It's just too slow, I think. Which is kind of tragic. I don't like Ashnod. This is the same thing. It's like too slow. And this probably would have this and the other one. Yeah, these two are also probably just way too slow. Pack Rat is funny. Again, probably too slow. Probably too slow. I do like this guy. It's hard to blitz it, though. I feel like it's hard to blitz it. I don't know. It's definitely something. It's interesting. I like Body Launderer, but it costs 4. Pitiless Plunderer, I'm not sure in any game we've played so far would have been useful. I just don't want Pitiless. I'm over it. I'm over Pitiless Plunderer. Can find something else to do, probably. I have seen this played, which I've always found kind of funny. I guess we can play Will Strider. I don't know. I don't like sacking just to scry. It feels kind of lame. And it costs 5 mana to come out of the graveyard. Which, I mean, I don't know. It is a sack outlet, but so is Altar of Dementia and that other frog thing we were looking at earlier. What is this? Oh yeah, Fear of Ridicule. I like this card. This is, every time this has ever been Dark Ritualed, it's won the game, whether from me or my opponents. This has won the game with it. It's funny. Again, there's no serious incentive to ever flip this. It doesn't. You get an emblem, and you also fly, and you also sack things on the backside of this, which doesn't do anything because you just finished sacrificing your entire board. So I don't care about the backside of this. Like, you have an emblem that shows up that's Blood Artist, but you just sacked your whole board. I don't. It's cool when it flips. It's not like it isn't scary as a 5/5 flyer. It's not like it's a bad thing. But you've just sacked your board. Like, I don't really see why I want to sack all my creatures to stuff like Altar and Woe Strider and Altar of Dimension. I really don't see why I want to do that. I'll play this. Every time I've put it into play turn 1 with Dark Ritual, it's won the game, so. Ominous Traveler is also just really slow. Like, this is super slow. We're talking about the level up cards being slow, and this is, like, slower than those. It does create creatures, though. I am just a fan of that, but it's so slow. I think it's too slow. I think it's too slow. Also, let me go look at the creature type. Alright, so Cavernous Souls should always name human. Just to make sure I remember that. Pendragon? What? Am I looking at the right card? I am confused. I don't like that at all. No, I don't like this at all. Choose a creature. You can sack your own creatures with this randomly, and you probably will a lot of games, actually. Doesn't this just, like, kill my Blood Artists and Cutthroats, and then my opponent just laughs at me? I've never seen that card before. I have never seen that card before. Sacrifice is interesting. It doesn't generate a lot of mana, though. And actually, yeah, never mind. It actually really just doesn't generate much mana at all. We could run... like, Feign Death effects are solid because they don't have to just be on my commander. So I actually kind of like this effect. Let's maybe try that. You can't ever be upset with more 1 mana. Oh, it's only opponents? It's only opponents. Choose a creature. I really should read cards, huh? I really should just... I was reading the bottom part, and then I got caught up. I kind of just read it backwards. Okay, yeah. It is only your... I mean, still. That doesn't do it any justice for me, but yeah, sure. If your opponent ever loses, like, all their creatures, you just don't have a... You can't cast it. I think it would just be better as a removal spell, honestly. Like, just cast Bitter Blossoms... Shoot, whatever. Doomblade. What is this? Alright, it's the giant thing. Let's play a creature in turn 1. Let's swing with the creature turn 1. And then play this. Enters or attacks. Well, should probably deal with that. Oh, I missed 2 damage. I missed 2 damage. Never mind. I can't sack non-tokens. Never mind. We didn't miss any damage. Alright. All is fine. Literally world restored. Can I win on 2 lands? I mean, my board state is kind of scary. So maybe all of this is a problem, I think. No Toxic Deluge. Alright, they played the bad one. Oh no, cut down doesn't kill it, does it? No, it's a 3/3. I actually can't kill that. Well played, opponent. So do I play this, or do I play... Yeah, no, I always play this. Yeah. You ever just make, like, really bad mistakes constantly and then wonder why anyone watches you play Magic? Alright. Whoops. Shouldn't have sacked the zombie. Although, honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, well, fortunately, that doesn't put stats in play. But it is convoluted rampant growths, I guess. Opponent made some convoluted rampant growths. Could have killed a Marauder. That was what I was talking about. You are correct. And I didn't. So, not gonna lie to you. I think I threw the game. I think we threw the game, chat. Feeling like the game has been completely and utterly thrown. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Do I leave up cut down? Surprised I didn't kill my commander. I probably would have killed my commander, but fair enough. Do I leave that in the graveyard? No, I don't think I do. Maybe I do. No, that seems reckless. Seems incredibly reckless. So Chthonian Nightmare. And I don't think swinging for 2 with Mutavault is better than playing Berry Blossom. Alright. I don't believe the giving my opponent 2 extra forests actually did anything long term here. I think we were going to lose anyways. It's definitely looking like that. Definitely looking like that's the case, so... we can play this. We can kill our opponent's commander, right? This is a token. I don't know if that matters. They can just reanimate it with the shifting Noodlewood. I'd also have to lose my own commander. Yeah, that does not seem like a productive use of my resources. So. Is this random? It is random. So there's a chance my opponent doesn't get that back? Right? It's a random permanent. The problem is there's a lot of permanents in my opponent's deck. Graveyard, I mean. Okay, they hit like 4 lands in a row. They hit all but 2 lands. Wow. That's kind of crazy. The removal spell, of course. They didn't kill my commander. Alright. Probably wise. You know what, now that I'm looking at the board state, I would have killed this maybe, but yeah, the Chthonian Nightmare actually is just better. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's not like I can swing anymore. Does Art Ritual change anything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. One, 2, 3, 4. Does that change anything? No, not really. Not gonna lie to you, I don't think it really changes anything. So I probably shouldn't. Maybe I should anyways. Just for the sake of doing it. Like, what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can do it. No shot, you have a spell pierce. That was a very convoluted turn, I'm not gonna lie to you. That was very strange. If I had a sack outlet here, we would be sitting pretty, but I couldn't put this in play in time. So I don't know if I can win. Probably not. Doesn't look like I'm winning this at all. They're dead next turn, you think? Through the food tokens? Don't they make like 55 food tokens? I'm pretty sure they're not dead at all. I don't know. Like, wow, this is a green deck. Bold of you to assume I'm going to kill my opponent. Yeah, they have 6 food tokens. They could probably have more than 6 food tokens as well. I do not see how I have lethal here with the unlocked room. Unless they make a massive and uncanny mistake. Of which I'm not sure what that looks like. I am not sure what that looks like. They're also just eating food instead of casting spells. Fair enough, I guess. I am pretty sure there's not 19 damage in play. But I guess we're gonna find out. I have to play this first? Yeah, I have to play this first. Yeah, there's just not enough damage in play, so... I have to do things in this order. I don't have a choice. But that's just not enough. And then I can do one more and then we're dead. Yep. Too much food. Way too much food. Could have... I don't know, have I ever just like cut... Could I have cut down? I'll have to go back and look. Maybe I could have actually cast cut down? I don't know. I don't know. Or at least our early mistake didn't cost us a game. I'll take it. The not like sacking the emergent sequence land didn't cost us the game. It didn't help, but we didn't lose because of that. I had never played against that commander before. It's kind of neat. It hit like 6 lands too, that was nuts. I suppose there's a pretty high chance, maybe. Ral is a bit disappointing to see. Hopefully we can do stuff. Are we a turn 1 Dark Ritual Commander gamer? Is that what we are? We probably are. I'm gonna say we are because I want to. And I haven't done it yet. Oh, you know what? I should have played Chrome Mox first. Should have played Chrome... Oh, wait, no, wouldn't have... Okay, never mind. That wouldn't have been too relevant. Let's get rid of that. feels kind of lame. But yeah, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to pass. Alright, this looks like a desperation answer for this. But I think you still could have maybe waited. Unless they want to untap and instantly play a Mana Rock or something. Like that. Oh, I guess we'll see. Also, I don't think I've ever seen that Steam Vents before. Oh, I really wish I didn't draw that. I really wish I didn't draw that. Whatever. I don't care. Colorless land on turn 2 was interesting. This bounces it? Okay, well, I got nothing. Yep, I got nothing. Well, that's unfortunate. Untap land, please? One time? Come on, game! I only took out 2 lands, bro! Ah! I can't play this. I just can't play this. That's just not realistic to me. Maybe it's too late to consider other options, but like I'm not convinced I should play that ever. They let me go to combat. Okay. We did get to combat. They didn't, like, burn me or anything. I could have played Gix pre-combat, but with the blue mana, I'd rather try to force an issue inside of combat first. Can I discard that in any meaningful way? I cannot. Alright, we'll just play this out then. Could be Spell Pierce. Looks like it is, actually. Oh, sure. Alright. Well, it's another creature. I guess all things considered, I guess I'll just take that. Black Lotus. Oh! God. Oh, my... Reassembling skeleton. Black Lotus, bro. No. It's not fair. It's not fair. Okay, so there's an abrade. Let's do the thing with stuff. I know I'm gonna just have to now, so here. And then I just flare it. Because it's gonna die anyways. Decline, decline. I declined it. There we go. I almost didn't decline it, but I did. Alright, so no Black Lotus mana, and Ral costs 6. That is extremely significant, but I still have an opponent with 15 life, so. They drew a land for the turn. They do swing. Why do they swing with the 1/1? Must be a board wipe. Is it a deal 3? I'm gonna block like that. So I don't get hit by a deal 2 on a 3/3. Alright, they had one anyways. They have a second one. I can't say I care too much about the bird. Alright, they do not. They just trade. Fair enough. So... they're still not under 12. I can not... things I don't care what happens to is a good idea this turn, I think. Do I even play Bloodghast here? Do I even play Bloodghast? Reassembling Skeleton, my beloved. I'm gonna play Bloodghast. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna play Bloodghast. I'm not gonna play Bloodghast. You can't make me. I'm gonna cast this. Okay, that's fine. If that was mana drain, I probably would have just flipped the table. But it wasn't. Looks like a Delve card, yep. Hopefully it's... well, I mean, I don't know which one it could or couldn't be. We'll see. They're all just kind of similar. Oh, they deliberately left up mana. That's weird. Is that weird? Maybe that's not weird. They also didn't swing first to scry. Likely one of these two cards has to be a land. Maybe even both. I'm sure one of them's a land. Alright. Well, Oracle of the Alpha is pretty good when you draw, you know, the good ones. It's pretty good when you have Black Lotus Ancestor Recall. Pretty good. So here, this is the only thing that matters pre-combat, and then we cast this now because I want to do Sephiroth. No. Without sacking a damage-dealing thing. Okay, I can present Skeleton at some point. Wow, that is so ballsy. That is so ballsy. I don't have lethal, do I? It's a good game. I don't know if this is lethal. Am I not seeing something? This isn't lethal. I don't know what they're talking about. Oh, okay. They committed Sudoku. Pyroclasm is nuts. I don't know the last time I've seen Pyroclasm. I don't know if I've ever seen Pyroclasm. That's pretty nuts, huh? What else had... yeah, the Ancestor Recall was nuts. Fortunately, we didn't just instantly lose to Black Lotus. That would have been tragic. I had the flair for it. Alright, yep. Oh, that's what you meant. You said you're looking away from the stream, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. That was you. We played against a viewer. Alright, yep, GG. Fortunately, Black Lotus didn't get us. Black Lotus overrated? No. Wait, maybe. Who knows? Oracle the Alpha is... I just don't like it. I just don't like the card. I think the mocks it shuffles in are just so bad. For the most of the time. Most of the time. But, you know, sometimes you do hit your the other three there, right? Even the Time Twister is solid, actually. I don't have a problem with Time Twister. That one's okay. It's just the mocks and they're like absolutely miserable to draw. It does help you scry sometimes, I guess. I think this game is over. Yep. I think this is just by far the best thing opponent could have done on the play, and I don't have an answer to it. Then they play Glarb, and then I actually can't swing because Glarb has Death Touch. I don't have a removal spell. That game's just gonna play itself from then on. Literally just played itself. Could have just mulliganed for something far more impactful, I guess. I'm not gonna keep that. This is weird. Ooh, this is really weird. I don't know. Is this good? It's against Urabrask, so I kind of like it, but it's also against Urabrask, so I kind of don't like it. Bruh! Bruh! What is going on? Why is this happening? Surely there's no second permanent. First they just steal one, and now I can't kill the Ragavan, right? Nope. Alright, we're back to killing the Ragavan. I would have conceded if they played my creature. I would have just conceded. What's this do? It's just gutter snipe. I don't really think it matters which creature I play. Actually, I know for a fact it doesn't matter which creature I play, so... Let's play... I guess my commander? Because it's more resilient to dying? I don't even know if that's true. We've had the same half of our deck basically every game. I'm not sure why that's happening. I feel like I've seen the same 30 or so cards every single game. Okay, yep, we're just stacking up a combo kill here. Makes sense to me. Oh, that's a bit annoying. I will put that to the command zone. Yeah, I should probably put that to the command zone. I can play this. I can pick something up, but I can do it whenever I want. Opponent's mathing out a victory here. What did they discard? A mountain, okay. Okay. Burgi is a little annoying, I'll say. Maybe not the most annoying thing that could happen, but it is a little annoying. Do I have to kill it? I probably have to genuinely remove this. Let's pay black first and then get rid of Burgi. Spend our mana picking up Gix. Their last card was a land. Huh? Alright, so now they have all the setup in the universe. Oh, I can't cast that. Never mind. I don't have... The Mox can't tap for none of that order. Next turn. What could you have possibly have drawn that makes you want to cast Urabrask here? Apparently nothing. They are aware I can just kill it, right? So... play that. Suppose it's free to cast it the first time. It's not like the game is being decided by that one time it died. They can't just go again. Probably a bit of a mistake, though. I don't know. I'm willing to pay life to do stuff. I don't think they're going to cast it again unless... Yeah, alright. So it looks like they cast it maybe thinking it could just block or something. And that is fair, but... Nope. They might have not... No, but they did. They moused over Reclamation quite a bit there. So I know they were aware of what was going to happen. Maybe they just wanted me to invest mana in killing it, because, again, the first time it dies, honestly, even if they had enough mana, even the second time it dies, it's probably not too big of a deal. You have, like, these in play, and maybe even the commander at this point isn't a big deal, because you just have these. But, yeah. No card draw. Again, I think we would have conceded if they played my 1-1. I think the game would have ended on the spot, so they made the wrong choice there. They don't know that, but this is totally reasonable to cast as well. It's not like my 1-1 is doing anything, but it was the answer to my 1 removal spell. And then Ragavan probably would have soloed me, but it didn't, so cool. We lucked out that our opponent had some random enchantment to cast instead of a 1-1 to eat an Edict. I wouldn't be upset if Ragavan got banned just because of the games where it comes in on turn 1 and ends it on the spot. I don't really see how that leads to interesting games being played. But I think overall it's not a very strong card. It just turn 1 kind of like ruins the potential of a game to be played. I feel like that's a little egregious. Also, this has been bad. This has been very bad. I do not like that town. This is another game where a sack outlet would be nice, but that's what my commander's there for. Oh, this is Roxanne too. I didn't actually mentally register that. I was just looking at my hand. We're up against Roxanne. It doesn't have a 1-drop, so it's not 3 games in a row where my opponent has a 1-drop. I don't think that matters, though. This is one of those games where your opponent sort of ignores you. Actually, all of my creatures die to Roxanne. Maybe this is a waste of time, actually. Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time. My entire hand dies to Roxanne, and I don't have any, like, forward progress to be... I just don't have forward progress. And that includes killing my opponent's commander. That is not doing anything. Because Roxanne is just Golos, but sometimes better. Honestly, there's a fair amount of times it's better. It's not even sometimes. Sometimes Roxanne is, like, just completely cracked. It probably is better than Golos, honestly. I don't know. That's debatable. Golos has access to, like, broken cards. Roxanne's more of a one-trick pony. They're similar, though. What did I say I was going to do? I was going to take out the town. I think the town is just, like, worse than a swamp. Where is it? There it is. I actually think it's just worse than a swamp. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, no blue, that's the thing. Golos makes up for it. If they're, like, super close in terms of, like, their text box, then Golos is gonna win out because it can play a Mana Drain in Dark Ritual. I think that's probably gonna put Golos in its own department there. I don't know if anyone remembers that guy. This was a long time ago. A long time ago. I had someone in my chat. This is before I streamed on YouTube. Some guy was, like, adamant. He was so adamant that Joda was just better than Golos in every way. The 5-mana Joda. Or the one that casts cards for 5 mana. The one that turns all cards into, like, Maelstrom Confluence. Or whatever. He's like, it's better than Golos. I'm like, no, it's not even close. What are you talking about? It was a back and forth for like 30 minutes. This guy was so... And I never saw him again, either. He hung out in the stream for a It was like 2 or 3 months he was hanging around, and then we had that debate, and I never saw him again. It was like the last day he showed up. He took it very personal. I'm like, Jota is just not better than Golos. You think it was... No, I don't think at any point, in any way, it was better. We were talking about it when it first came out, I remember. It was not better at that time. When the moment Golos showed up, Jota was instantly not better. Like, there's not even a comparison. Golos is so much better. Like, Golos got banned in EDH, and Jota will never get banned. Golos is in bracket Hell Q, whatever. Jota will never be in bracket Hell Q. Like, I don't think at any point that was ever different. There was never a world where I would rather play, excuse me, Jota. There was one instance, it was one example where you could play Jota, and if you untap with Jota and then cast Omniscience like the next turn, which was one of the things you would like to do, Jota was better. I did see that. Like, you needed it out of hand, and it almost always needed to be Omniscience. Because Gristlebrand wasn't going to win you the game, because you don't have any preceding mana. And Gristlebrand's scary, but it doesn't win the game on its own. Also, what am I doing? I wanted to take something out, now I can't remember what it was. I got caught up rambling about Jota again. Shoot. Yeah, Niv Mizzet's also just good. I don't know if that's better than Jota, though. It probably is. It probably is. I don't know. Jota's really just not that great. I don't think that's ever changed, though. I've played a lot of Jota. I played Jota on paper, too, actually. I played Jota on paper, and then I swapped to Golos. Because I'm like, wow, this is just better. This is better than every... Like, the deck is exactly the same, and Golos is just like, oh, put in the land that makes all your... The Chromatic Lantern land. The Praetor God land, whatever it's called. Something... The World Tree. Just put the World Tree in your deck, and then boom. And then boom. You could also stack Jota with, like, Cavernous Souls or something, and play it on turn, like, 8. And then just cast something for 5, but then why didn't you just cast, like, your 8-drop? Something needs to change here, and I don't know what it was. Yeah, I removed the town, but there was a second thing. I'm certain there was a second thing. When did I start streaming? 8 years ago. He's not even more fun. It's fun when it works. Jota's fun when you do the thing it does. Like, oh, look, it's like a mascot. Like, say the thing. Everyone laugh and point. He's doing the thing. Yay, he did the thing. But then the other 5 games, you don't do the thing. Golos gets to spin the wheel, too. Golos is so much more resilient. So much more resilient. That's just... No, it's apples and oranges. It's like, do we want to go to the moon, or are we trying to get to Mars? You know, like, where's the ambition lie? Where does the ambition lie? Also, this has never mattered, so maybe we could take this out. A lot of games, we're not even getting enough lands to play this. Maybe this is just too much, yeah. I'm going to actually go up a land. I'm going to go up a land. We have gotten Mana Screwed a little bit too heavy, even with a curve that's extremely low. This feels like I'm getting a little bit blasted there. Priest of Gix with so few tutors. Maybe I'm not interested in this Gix combo anymore. I feel like as we've played, the setups have not been ideal. And I think another land is fine. Immersion Ultimatum is... Yeah, they can go in both, right? Did I not look at these? Oh, yes. I love this. One of my favorite planeswalkers. Have I played this yet? No. I don't think I have. I always thought this one was really cool. I haven't played this since Magic Duels, though. Yeah, the last Magic Arena. Before Magic Arena came out. Yeah, alright. I don't know. I got really tripped up on the Jonah rant. I don't know why. I just completely lost track of reality there for a second. I don't think I own the Leona Vess, but I would play it as a commander. It's really cool. It's not a good commander, but it's really cool. Big fan. Also, I think I gotta remove the snooze emote. I think it's time to move on. Well, unfortunately, I have to stop everything I'm doing, so this doesn't win the game. Am I playing my commander next turn? I kind of, like, don't want to do that. But maybe I have to. Alright, now I don't have to. Ha! Oh, look! They have the Tier 1 commander. Wow. Crazy, crazy. Well, do I lose the game if I don't hit a land? Kind of, so I guess I have to do this. And then play one of these. Don't think it matters which one. So, don't think it matters. How dare I have answers, opponent? How dare I have answers that don't matter? I think I'm still losing this. Yep, still losing the game. You poor thing. I don't think there's anything I can draw at all that does anything here, but I guess I'm gonna play this. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can conceivably do. I think this game is over. Cool. That was enjoyable. I'm sorry I made you feel bad for 2 seconds with a discard spell. And then you proceeded to play Tier 1 commanders, and your commander's completely irrelevant because Sithis is in play. Alright, move on. Moving on. Lost to Sithis. And some random 5-minute card that didn't matter. Sithis. I'm going to say Sithis because I like Elder Scrolls. I feel like I need more removal every game, but that just gets in the way of, like, the main idea, the main strategy. Okay. And the game's over. Cool. That was fun. I enjoyed myself. Definitely feels like more removals in order. I don't like these. These are like... Ugh. I don't like the sack your creature removal spells. I really don't like these. But whatever. At this point, I don't have much of a choice. Unless I want to play better removal, but it costs more mana and... whatever. Bone Splinters? Wait, this one? Isn't there like 3 more? Spark Harvest? What if I ran all of them and took out the 4-drops? Like, you take Long Goodbye out now. A board wipe? I mean, we could run Meat Hook Massacre, I guess. Yeah, fine. Eaten Alive exiles? No, it exiles your opponent's creature, right? I guess that's not a death trigger. Yeah, it's not a death trigger, to be fair. I don't know, the fact that it hits Planeswalkers is kind of huge, isn't it? Like, maybe I really don't care about the exile effect on that. I think the fact that I have access to a Planeswalker removal spell at 1 mana is probably better than that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not right. I'm really leaning towards taking out Yawgmoth and... but there's so few 4-drops, I think it's fine to have just a couple in here. Victimize hasn't done much. I don't think that's Victimize's fault, though. Call of the Spaghetti Dweller. Also, maybe there's enough other kinds of that effect. I don't want that one. Murderous Rider doesn't go to the graveyard? Maybe that can go too. This one costs 3. Does that matter? Feels a little expensive for what it does. It's still solid. Like, I don't know why I would hate running this. I think that's just fine. Yeah, it does still die, that's true. It's true. I don't know. We replace it with a 1-mana removal spell. I think that's fine. But I couldn't keep it in, I guess. What is the... is there a black siphoner? No, there isn't. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, it wouldn't be called a siphoner, right? Because the green one is Forceful Cultivator, right? I don't know why I'm thinking they all have the word siphoner in their name. What's the black one? Is there a black one? I guess not. This is just better than Eaten Alive, I guess, technically. I could play more Marauder type effects as well. Alright, I'm taking this one out. It costs 3. Every time I look at it, I'm just not happy. Alright, that's fine. What is it? Wait, what is that giant 2,000 gold thing? What is that? Is that like an event, or is that just the mastery thing? It's just a mastery thing, huh? I say 2,000 gold, it just looks like a crazy reward, but it's really just 2 packs. It's actually not that crazy. It's just 2 packs. Well, for me it is. Although if you play like draft or something, I guess you could do something else with it, but for us it's just packs. It just looked a bit jarring. Hirobi. Oh, it's Hirobi! Alright, when we played Hirobi, it didn't do anything. So let's see if our opponent has it. I mean, that's not really why you play this. It completely hard counters Nadu, but you just have like a black deck that has a bunch of removal and stuff. Just doesn't really come up much. I have not seen this played in... Honestly, the last time I think I saw it was when it came out. They probably take the intent, but Victimize is also... Okay, no, shoot. They thought about that real quick. Let's play that, and then play our commander, but we don't sack anything? Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. It's got text on it. Haven't actually played it yet, so... Alright, well, we got stuff. I only draft when I'm trying to get the stuff out of the draft. I don't know what the best card to look for is here. I really don't know. Probably this, because we're up against the deck that we're up against. So, I'm not gonna sack anything. Actually, you know what? I will sack this. I did just get Chthonian Nightmare, so... I'm not gonna spin the Nightmare right now. Because I kind of want to keep it in play, because Mono Black can't really deal with it. Also, my opponent does have a card that's relevant with Hirobi in play. It's adorable. Let's play this. Oh, let's play this first, actually. Yep. Yeah, trampled. Just completely thrashed them with a Phyrexian Reclamation Chthonian Nightmare card. They're just not really going to be able to infinitely remove my stuff, because I can just keep doing this, and black can't really deal with this. This is cool, though. I don't... Was this in the game when this came out? I'm not even sure. Last time... Well, the only time I ever saw this was someone just essentially playing a Davriel deck, and this was in the command zone. But yeah, this is relevant. It does target things over and over. It's, very, 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 very out there, but alright, cool. Very out there. I do use the the free draft tokens I get from the Mastery Pass. I'll use those just to get more packs and whatever random whatnot. There's one here, yep. I think there's one in every pass. I'll probably just burn this on something. I actually went through, I think 4 or 5 at the same time. I had a bunch stockpiled because I really don't like playing draft. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to play these, but then I just grind it through all of them in one sitting. And I was absolutely miserable for every second of it. I do not enjoy it. I don't even enjoy it when I'm winning. I don't find it fun at all. I do not enjoy draft. You can be very good at it, that's for sure. You can get, like, go infinite if you're really, really good at drafting. But, I'm not. It also just feels bad when you, like... When you or your opponent, at least in my opinion, when somebody just has this mythic rare and the other person just has no answer to it, and that, like, that's it. Like, oh, they drew their mythic and you win, or you lose. Like, I don't know, I don't... It's a card game. It's already so random. Do I really need to play a format where, like, it's even more random? Oh, they have 2 chat. No way. Look at that. Well, there goes that. Opponent, you have 2 of them. Why are you upset? You literally have 2 of them. I didn't even stop you. You're still gonna do the same thing. Like, what are you doing? You'll be fine, just fine, buddy. Relax. Hopefully you weren't born in 1986. A little too old to be sending the snooze emote, aren't you? Yawgmoth is pretty good, but so is that. So swing. Well, that's also somewhat pretty good. Play this. Okay. Do I put this to the command zone? Maybe not right now. I don't think I can beat this, though. Okay, well, that helps. Kind of already have an answer to Ujin, sort of. Still think I'm just losing this game, though. Is this a human? No. Don't think that matters. Okay. Should I cast this first? That doesn't really do anything. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I don't think I could beat Ujin. That's the problem here. Yeah, that's... Alright, bro. Alright, you got it. Opponent sensed the snooze emote, and then won anyways. Oh. I have never seen this in my life. Alright. Actually, that's not true. I think I have seen this before. Wait, what? Opponent, that just doesn't... that doesn't work. Well, I mean, it does work, but not the way you want it to. I'm gonna play my land first, actually. Love to see that. Defiler of Randomness. You can have your mana rock. Let's just take your only card. I think that's a good idea. Taking the mana rock doesn't really accomplish all that much. Okay, well that's annoying. That is annoying. Am I still swinging? I feel like I'm not swinging right. It is a bunch of life gain and life loss triggers, but no, I'm just not going to swing. Not gonna swing. I wonder if my opponent should have swung. I feel like maybe they should not have actually attacked there. Let's give them that. Wow, they didn't take River's Rebuke. I feel like I would have taken River's Rebuke there. It does sort of just solo me. Okay, well, now we are in a bit of a pickle, because we did not... Actually, wait, we can still play this. Maybe we're still okay. I can't swing with my commander, to be fair. Well, they can't see Snapcaster Mage. Isn't it face down and face up? Oops, it's not face down, face up. Chat, I'm done. I thought they only saw one pile. I'm so used to the other card. I'm so used to it. It was just fact or fiction. They get to pick. Alright. I probably would have put more thought into it, but I don't know. That is funny. They can't cast it right now, right? No, they can't. It might even be the same. I probably would have done the exact same pile anyways, to be completely honest with you. Ay, ay, ay. I have 1, 2, 3. I don't think I have enough triggers here to kill my opponent. Snapcaster Mage dies to... What's happening? What? Okay, you can have that. I don't... Huh? That seems a little odd. Oh, right, I forgot about House Meld. Alright, yep, I guess nothing mattered anyways. Silly me, thinking I had math to do. Opponent has the best card in the game to stop me from playing the game. We can't kill our opponent, right? If I swing all out, and they block, block, block... That's 6 triggers? It's only 6 triggers, then they go to 6, and then... I lose? What if I swing like this? What if I swing like this? It's not like Gix does anything. So that's 4 triggers. Oh, right. They have my Sephiroth. Alright, cool. Silly me. Silly me. I can't not give them House Meld. They'll just take it no matter what the pile is. I can't not give them that. I just got pummeled by a random 6-mana 4/4 mono blue deck. That's kind of embarrassing. I feel like that's basically free. I just got absolutely embarrassed there. Am I tripping, or are we, like, genuinely drawing the same, like, 30 cards every game? Am I tripping? I think it's the first time I've seen Fatal Push. Well, it's definitely not a victimized hand, that's for sure. opponents aren't tripping. They're just getting the same thing every game. They got rid of Llanowar elves to Chrome Mox? What? Okay. Why would you do that? My opponent already has 5 mana. Crazy, huh? Crazy how they just always have it. So far ahead of me, I can't really play the game. I literally can't play the game. My opponent's just a mile ahead of me. We're not even playing the same format. Like, it's completely wasting my time. No. Utopia Sprawl is better than probably 75% of the cards in my deck. There's just nothing I can do. There's literally nothing I can do. They even Chrome Mox the 1-drop. That's very strange. I feel like I'm never getting rid of it. You could have just cast the... You could have just cast Flare by sacking the Llanowar Elves. And then Chrome Moxed something else. That's how it is. And it doesn't matter. My opponent can do literal... ChatGPT could pilot their deck in the first 3 turns. And I'm not... I can't... Utopia Sprawl's just... completely cracked. That's really funny. That is funny. Alright, mulligan for a 1-drop? We did. Only Dark Ritual? Maybe. Opponent top decked a 1-drop, by the way, chat, if you were curious. Thinking we could stop it. They just top decked it. This is a turn late, because of course it is, and the game's over. That was fun. Sure was enjoyable. Alright, well. In all fairness, we have been getting really hosed by the past, like, 8 or so opponents. We have been getting just the short end of the stick, I think. I wouldn't say we've done anything, like, really bad or wrong. There's not many 1-mana removal spells I'm blitzing towards, so probably not worth it to try to get one. Like, I can keep a hand that doesn't, quote-unquote, bank on me killing a 1-drop. Or I could, and just move on if it doesn't work. Could also just do that. Bitter Blossom is definitely better. Still kind of slow. But we have a good Chrome Mox with Bitter Blossom. And we have Cavern. This might work. They also just didn't have the 1-drop. Alright. That's actually nuts. Let's get rid of Victimize. It feels like that probably isn't doing much here. This is definitely a very Chrome Mox friendly deck, I'll say. Alright, yep. Get trampled. Look at that. Look at all these games being decided turn 1 and 2. Look at that. Was it like 5 games in a row? Just decided by turn 1 and 2. Oh, I love this format. Out of context, that is a funny sentence. Only Dark Ritual is better than Utopia. Like, if you said that to someone who doesn't know what magic is, they're like, what? You demon worship instead of live in a utopia? Like, what do you... It's a funny out of context sentence. It is pretty close to timeless. That's actually a good analogy. Oh, there it is again! There it is again! There it is again. I can't do anything. I can't do anything about it either. Bitter Blossom, so I can bone shards later. Is it the sixth game? The legendary sixth game in a row decided by turn 3. This is actually, you know what? This is actually getting closer to timeless. You're not wrong. With that mindset in mind, it kind of sort of makes things make more sense too, right? It looks like they didn't use it, maybe. Sort of, kind of. Yeah, it looks like maybe this actually isn't utilized. Big and true. I could actually discard a card, but this is probably about the same. And let's play around Stern Scolding, because knowing our opponent, they probably have that, right? Oh, maybe not, maybe not. That is an untapped forest. Why are we doing that? I wonder. We got a Dark Confidant trigger? No way. Literal world first. That has never happened in the history of gaming. I still feel like I'm completely and utterly lost, but maybe they don't have crazy stuff? I don't know. You know, anything's possible. Okay, well, the draw didn't help. Wow, they had nothing, but they didn't fetch for, like, breeding whatever or anything like that. Hedge maze. Okay, they just had hedge maze, I guess. Another Dark Confidant trigger. Unbelievable. Look at us get there. Look at us do it. So I probably play this and just get excited if my opponent trades, which they will not trade, but we would be excited if they did. It's Gix again. Yeah, bro, we've been playing the same 30 or so cards, it feels. Or like the same... I shouldn't say 30 cards, because, I mean, that doesn't incorporate lands or anything, but... It feels like I've hit the same cards every game. I don't know if that's like consistency, which is a good thing, or just random. Like super, super random. This is not a human, right? Tragic. We're teetering on the edge of losing to a counterspell. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on, man, come on. They didn't even tap the land. They didn't even tap the land for extra mana. And I would assume they would have drawn something castable there, so... Doesn't even matter. You're a blue-green player, you don't actually have to play tight. You just do whatever you want. Literally do whatever you want, doesn't matter. Okay, there's a chance we can win. I don't know what it looks like, but I'm sure it exists. I'm sure it exists, chat. Just don't ask me what it looks like. It involves this card, though, so we start there. Kind of wish I tapped different, honestly. Oh, wait, never mind. It doesn't actually matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So do I keep that in the graveyard? It is a 3-drop for Chthonian Spaghetti, so decline. I don't know if we can win, but we're gonna try to. We're really gonna make a show of it. So here, here for 3. You, that. Sack Dark Confidant because reasons? No, that's That's not right. Let's sack Dark Confidant to this, because I need mana, I don't need cards. Play... Chat, did we still win? Oh, no way. Did I still win this? There is nothing to do before I do this again. Oh, I think we're gonna do it. Oh yeah, we also flipped this. I forgot that had text on it. Sure, I don't really care about that. Wait, hold on. Let's not get weird. Do this. We did it. We did it. Oh, I can't believe we did that. That's insane. I can't believe we did that. I thought it was lights out. I mean, Scape Shift is one of the best Tatyova cards, so I mean... Wow. They were at like full health, because they healed back up to like almost full, right? Well, full as if this is Hearthstone. Like 25, 22? So, that's crazy. I will say, if we did have Ashnod's Altar, I don't think we could have done that, because it was all colorless mana, and I needed black mana. So I don't think Ashnod's Altar in this spot would have done it. Woe Strider would not have done it, because I needed mana. Altar of Dementia would not have done it either. Yawgmoth would have drawn cards, and could have killed my opponent's stuff, which would have been useful, but I think... the mana was the reason I won this turn instead of passing a turn, and my opponent has a full hand, so... A blue-green player. Yeah, I think it was lights out if we passed, or close to it. But, yeah, I think this was really the only sack spammy card in our deck that would have done it. None of the other ones would have gotten there, but... Alright, cool. We flipped it, but again, as you can see, it doesn't actually matter. Yeah, the Ketchumals concede because they couldn't exile Radic? What do you mean? What's Radic? I really wish it would show you... like, the game doesn't show you all the cards you own, because it won't show you, like, cards that are banned. Why am I struggling? It's like, oh, is it banned in any format? Sorry, it doesn't exist. Oh my... Are you... Please. Oh my... Please. Wait, did you misspell it? Did I misspell it? What are you talking about? Oh. You catch your most player scoop to this? Is this the tech? Wait a minute. Why did you play against Ketchumos? How did they ever put you against Ketchumos when this was in your command zone? I'm assuming this was your commander. I don't know. Assuming this was your commander and not like a card in your Sorin black-white deck or something. Why would they ever pitch you against Ketchumos? That seems like just complete and utter cyberbullying. That's sponsored by the company. It's like Wizard-sponsored bullying, I feel. There's new knights. Oh, I mean, still... They had it, by the way, chat. They had it. They had it. It was there, you saw. This is the first game I've had this card. That's pretty cool, I guess. When do you sack it? End of combat or end of turn? Oh, no, never mind. I'm thinking of the other thing. The one that makes a temporary token on attack. Well, I think the ignore what your opponent is doing and play ramp spells is going to get us here. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do, except hope my opponent doesn't draw one of the March of the Ent kind of cards, maybe? And even still, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I can't really swing with my commander. Which, to be fair, actually hasn't been an issue. Oh yeah, Mobilize. That's what I'm thinking of, Mobilize. Which is the same as Mardu. This is Abzan. But they're both black. They're both black. Oh, that's just nuts, huh? I've never seen this happen before, I don't think. Yeah, I've never actually seen that happen. Play the backside of this card, I've never seen that. Okay, well. We did play a game. We had cards in play. We did get to play for a second. It matches against Ketramos often? Are you serious? That's so random. I've never seen that commander a single time. I didn't even know it existed till you just said something. But you see Ketramos consistently? That's very strange to me. Well, I guess technically it doesn't die to Ketramos other than their board wipes. Which I'm sure there's plenty of, so I don't know. I feel like you're never beating Ketramos. Ever. Yeah, just it doesn't even matter if it has hexproof. That's hardly relevant for Ketramos. They don't really care. Alright, let's see what we're losing to, chat. Let's take a gander. Okay, I probably wasn't going to be able to take that anyways. Oh, okay. Yeah. By all means, take your time. Take your time. Let me know when it's my turn. Oh, it is my turn. Actually, that's right. It's my turn. I'm supposed to be playing. Oh, yeah, then we have a Crater Hoof to top it all off. Okay, yeah, alright. We killed a Delighted Halfling, though. We killed a Delighted Halfling. Bro, we're straight out here just playing Timeless. We really are. We're just straight up playing Timeless right now. It has been like 8 games in a row. This is interesting. Reclamation can also be very good here. Yeah, alright. Do I play Mox Amber on 1? Probably not. Probably not. Probably decent to save this too. Maybe. Oh, well, that is a reason to not cast it. Oh, that's a really annoying card to... Ugh. Alright, yep. I think I'm getting rid of the Kami because my hand needs help. I need things to do? Maybe I can actually afford to skip over the... No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. So, here... Okay. I'll play these now. Okay. Not great. We did it. Opponent wasn't interested. Opponent was over it. We did it. Yeah, if they're not interacting with us, and apparently they're not because they didn't leave up counter spells, which, I mean, this is a huge example of what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, right? Like, oh, look how scary this is. Okay, well, they can't play it. I have this. If they play it early and it dies, rip. If they're playing a setup game, I'm not giving them a ton of time to get there. Like, I can keep looping this card with this, and they don't have as much time as you would think. And we're going to keep drawing cards. And, yep. Yeah, Persist. Persist is interesting. Is it only... Persist is only your graveyard, right? Yeah. This is not a Persist deck. Not this one. But, probably one of the Mardu Reanimator decks. Because reanimating a 3-drop with Persist feels just, like, really not good. It is arguably better than Diabolic Intent, though. This has not been as exciting as I would like it to be. Bro, we are drawing the same cards every game. Like, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Oh, okay. I was kind of expecting swords or something. So, land, Chrome Mox. Get rid of Feigned Death. Yep. Swing, sack that card for Chthonian Spaghetti or a creature like Ophiomancer. This won't work, unfortunately. This is good. So is the... I have a lot of good cards here. A spammable creature generator is also ideal. Maybe that's just what I have to do here. Sure. I still don't like my position, though. This one has what appears to be another 1-mana card. Yeah, we're going to cast this. It feels safer. I could have done both, in all fairness. I could have actually done both. But I'm playing around nonsense here. Yeah, I could have played this... Wait, could I have? Black, black, black. Yeah, I could have. I don't know. Might when I had nothing, it was right, I guess. Maybe I got too scared. Probably can't afford to get scared like that. Okay, well, something's telling me it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and say it probably doesn't matter anyways. What? Okay. They still have a 1 mana card, so... I mean, it was nice knowing you, chat, but... It is what it is, I guess. It's not Mana Tithe either, so it's probably Swords. Alright, I didn't expect that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Did not expect that. Really thought it was Swords of Plowshares. What does that really do? So it shuts down my ability to play non-creatures, I guess? I don't have any, but sure. I feel like maybe that's a... Well, they can cast Yuri on and do it again, I guess. Or they just have House Meld and everything that happened up to this point in the game was completely irrelevant. Okay. That's definitely wasted my time. Everything that happened up to that point was irrelevant. I have no answer to that card. I just lose on the spot. Okay, wait. Oh, I was gonna hit cancel and look at something. Well, this doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything at all. This can work. They thought about cracking their land, and then they didn't. Very curious. Alright, I do it now. What does it all mean? Opponent's just straight up playing Satyr Wayfinder. That's a, I would argue, a good sign, not a bad sign. Please cast Assassin's Trophy. Come on. Oh. They instead play the best thing to do in the format. What a tragedy. This does have Menace, but it does not have Death Touch or any evasion. Fortunately, I can cast my commander pre-combat. You just played against this person a second ago? That's funny. Sharing is caring. Alright, we manually tapped 2 blue. We did not tap the Woodland Cemetery. Why is that? Apparently fear of ridicule is scary. That is a good sign. Like to see it. Okay. That takes... Probably wait, what does this take? Reanimate? I guess? I don't know. They're all... Yes, I mean, probably. I don't know. They also have a 1-mana removal spell, it seems. Well, if that's the case, I mean, I'm always playing this first anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Could be cut down. It could also be fatal push. Okay, we're manually tapping 2 turns in a row. That is a castable Uro already. Look at that. Look at all these. Look at them go. I wonder if that means they have multiple lands they could choose from or something. They have not played a land yet. It was Fatal Push. I was right. It was Fatal Push. You still have a castable card? Okay. I was about to say, jeez. Still have a castable card? I am going to eat the 3/3. It can't swing again, so might as well. So, Uro can enter already, which is kind of insane. Maybe it's not insane, I mean, it's a Sultai deck, so... Well, they didn't just snap off Emergent Ultimatum. I don't know if that matters really. They didn't draw a land, so there's no lands in hand. Okay, well, I guess we technically played the game for a second. Apparently my opponent has to count. That's, Alright, I'm just gonna go to sleep. This is boring. We're counting as Nashi. Fascinating. They could just cast an extra turn again, and I'm not doing anything anyways, so... Don't think I'm winning that one, and my opponent is putting me to sleep. Alright, so... I don't think there's any changes to be made here. I mean, it's almost as cheap, like, in terms of casting costs as it really gets. Unless you play, like, random 1/1s, which would not have helped me in most of the games I lost. I don't even think anything was very bad. I don't think there were any cards in here that were, like, notably bad. No, everything was fine. Maybe Victimize is too slow, but there's games where it could do something. We just didn't really see those games.
I feel like this is totally reasonable. This is exactly what you want to be doing. I just, almost took it out. I just never had a scenario where it really did much. Um, yeah, I think I'm just done with it. I think I'm done with it. I think we're done here. All right. So I don't think I like this as much as I like Gix. I think Gix is far more straightforward and really likes more of those random one-ones and whatnot. Like, oh, when it dies, you make a token. Like this. Like, oh, yay, you know, your commander, yay, woo. But, like, Gix would probably like this more. Right? It does the thing, sort of like Eureka. You play a 1-drop, a 2-drop, you swing with it with Gix, you draw cards, infinite cards, cards. With this dies, you get a 1/1 flyer. It's just more annoying for your opponent to deal with. Whereas this wants to sacrifice your own creatures. And there's not really anything wrong with aristocrats, like, sacking your own creatures kind of strategies. I don't think they're bad. It's just more setup just so you have reach beyond simply attacking. We didn't have a lot of scenarios where I couldn't just straight up swing at my opponent with this and then feel bad that I can't trigger it and whatever. So that was nice. You know, you can put probably even more removal in here, but I don't think removal answers a lot of the problems this has, which is, well, someone said it earlier, yeah, it feels like Historic Brawl today has been pretty egregious, at least the second half of today, where it felt like I was kind of playing timeless Brawl and not historic Brawl. I know there's cards that are timeless only and not in Brawl, like Oko and stuff, but it does kind of feel like we're closer to timeless than we are to historic, and this play session has really, really pushed that forward to me. Kind of felt like basically every other game, especially the second half of today, was decided by turn 2, and it wasn't really relevant what either opponent had in terms of their command zone, as it was more relevant, like, did you kill their mana dork and then they concede, or did you kill it, they don't, then they ramp out of control and you lost, all because of, like, a mana dork or something. Missing Demonic Tutor, yeah, we're missing Demonic Tutor and Oko, but we have Diabolic Tutor, and this deck would arguably, between the two, probably prefer Diabolic Tutor, or Intent, whatever. But yeah, we don't have Diabolic Tutor. There's also a lot of ways to, like, generate timeless cards. Like, Oracle of the Alpha generates Black Lotus. Key to the Archive can generate Demonic Tutor. Like, we do have access to those cards. I think Oko is kind of the big one that would be a little bit defining if it was legal. But we also have House Meld, right? I can't show, it's a blue card, I can't type it in, but House Meld, where, you know, it just exiles your commander and you can't get it back, it doesn't go to the command zone, it's an enchantment. If I get House Melded, I lose. And House Meld is everywhere. You can sack your own creature in response. I do have Feed the Swarm to get rid of it, but my opponent gets this. It's not like it's gone. My opponent actually gets the text box, and then they start to offset my life-stealing pings. So if you get House Melded, you sort of lose. It also gets around things like Cheat Death, because it doesn't kill it, it just, like, steals it. So it gets around all your feigned death effects. House Meld is just a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. It's basically 4 mana Door to Nothingness against this specifically, where that is, again, not really the case with something like Gix. It sucks to assess a commander based off of, like, what you're playing against more than what it is trying to accomplish. But this was, again, one of the most egregious play sessions when it came to my opponents just having something that was so defining about how the outcome was going to be so early in the game that a lot of things after that moment were completely irrelevant. Like, I'm spending all this time thinking about what to do, navigating the first few turns, and then they cast House Meld, and I don't have, like, you can't have it every game, especially early. Something like, I don't like Will Strider, I'll get into that in a second, but I don't have, like, Yawgmoth or Warren in play to sack it in response. I don't have a removal spell up to sack it. It's not frogified, so I can't throw it with bone shards or whatever. Like, it's gone. And then everything up to that point was completely irrelevant. Like, no other thing is going to get me out of that. You just lose the game. Sort of like, again, your opponent's on the play with Utopia Sprawl, and you can't kill Utopia Sprawl. You can do whatever you want to do, and your opponent can probably ignore you. Like, completely ignore you. And goes back to them, they cast Cultivate. You do whatever on turn 3, it goes back to them, they cast another ramp spell, or now they're at the point they can cast something big and scary, and then the game is over. And your removal spell doesn't actually save you. So I wasn't a fan of removal to begin with, and it hasn't changed too much. There are some games, if you're playing against an honest opponent who's playing an honest strategy, who's not playing 2 lands a turn, or taking 5 extra turns, or, getting Uro out of the graveyard on turn 4, and then from then on doing it every other turn, which is, at this point, possible with so many fetch lands and stuff, right? Nashi just loves to mill itself, although I kind of don't like doing that with Nashi, but you can, right? Sultai or whatever. Blue-green things ignoring you is a nightmare, and when that kind of deck is not good to play against, you're just going to struggle in the format as a whole, and that's just what happens here. So that's just the nature of it. But talking about the deck and what it's doing, I don't like Woe Strider, Ashnod's Altar, Altar of Dementia. I don't think sacking my own creatures outside of combat is that necessary to kill my opponents. I think I can rely on swinging, especially if I have some removal to actually get through any kind of blocker, right? Even if they're playing Elder Gargaroth style creatures every turn. The fact that you're killing them isn't like... You don't really care about the counter... Gargaroth's not a good example, but you don't care about the counter pressure of giant creatures, let's say. It's more of just trying to actually swing with this. You could probably give it like Whisper Silk Cloak, sort of unblockable effects, and be a little happy, but or like flying with the flying equipment. I don't really think that matters, and there's a fair amount of times I don't even care if it dies, because I can get it back with like Chthonian Nightmare, Phyrexian Reclamation, Reanimate. People were saying Persist. I think Persist is better placed in decks that want to reanimate large, scary things. Maybe not just 3-mana 3/3s, but you could play Persist. I just wasn't. More Edict effects in the form of Marauder might have just been the right way to go when it comes to removal. It's hard to like play a bunch of... I'm losing my voice. It's hard to play a bunch of creatures and have them sack themselves to their effect, while also expecting to have anything to eat with this, right? And again, the backside of this card is just like flavor. I mean, you can flip it. Sometimes the fact that it's suddenly flying can just push you over the finish line. Oh, I should do my outro later. Bro, my voice is gone. My voice is so gone. This is why I don't like these 4-hour streams. 4 or 5 hour streams. Anyways, so yeah, this is about as low to the ground as it gets in terms of mana cost, right? You could probably go lower and shave... I mean, that just doesn't feel realistic, but you could shave half the 3s in some of these and really just blitz early into play, just playing all these 1s and 2s. But then you're leaning more into just simply playing Gix in the command zone. And then you're just, you're not really leaning into this. There are ways to sack your creatures more consistently than I was doing. Again, Altar of Dementia and the like. I just don't think that accomplishes much. You have to play those cards. They're not creatures themselves. They're not removal spells. And they're not blitzing your opponent's face down outside of combat more than if you just had a creature in that slot, and then that creature could maybe swing or be a problem your opponent has to deal with, as opposed to just like a artifact that sits there and they don't really care, right? They're going to cast a removal spell anyways. You just sack it in response now to, whatever. But you have more hedge against House Meld specifically. We got House Meld like 16 times today. There's like no hedge against that. More discard spells, so if they have it early, you can just take it out, right? So you could probably lean more into discard, I guess. It's just hard to make room for the aristocrat thing, especially in just mono black. It would be nice to be like black white. You could have like the black white kind of cards, or honestly even black red would have been nice. But mono black, it leaves a bit of the aristocrats sack strategy out of the equation when you're mono black. It is possible, right? It wasn't like I wasn't doing that. It would have been nice to have more of that. There was a new card that we had in here for a second. This thing. It's, it's fine. It's more of that effect. But it was a problem because it costs 3 mana. It takes up an entire turn to just put in play. And it's on the same turn as my commander would be cast. So, yeah, you can play it the next turn. You don't want to sacrifice it, ideally, unless you have something to reanimate spam, like Chthonian Nightmare, Phyrexian Reclamation. I don't know, it just feels expensive for this effect. And you got to keep in mind, most of the games you play, they don't last super long. This isn't really the kind of deck that wants to play a longer game anyways, right? You're going to run out of steam, and then you're going to die. I also didn't feel like I was fast enough to beat something like Ujin. And Ujin is all over the place, not just Hellsmeld, but Ujin is everywhere. And Ujin is a nightmare. If Ujin isn't beatable by the time they cast it, I think that's a very bad matchup. And it did not feel like I was going to beat Ujin fast. I don't think Gix would do too well against Ujin either, in all fairness. But I think Gix has redundancy because it can continuously draw cards and maybe a bunch of removal and stuff, right? Where this can also draw cards, but you have to like replace cards. You're not like netting card advantage unless you also have another card that's doing that for you, like a Reanimate Looper or a token generator like Bitter Blossom. So Ingix also just draws way more than one card a turn. So yeah, Gix is not running out of resources, quote unquote, in like a Ujin matchup, whereas you probably can run out of resources. Once they cast it the first time and exile your commander, then it has to go to the command zone. You can't reanimate it from the graveyard because it's exiled. And then there goes all of your ideal card draw, where, again, Gix can probably recover in a Ujin matchup specifically. Same with House Meld. I think this would, if I hadn't already said that, this probably has a lot better of a time beating House Meld, honestly. Especially if your opponent steals it, and then it sits there, and they can't swing at you and draw cards because their life total is going to be pressured from their Gix. Whereas this, if they steal this, they get a way better effect, and that's just a complete nightmare. So, I can't really recommend this one. I thought it was better than I think, okay, you know what? I think this was probably worse than I thought it was going to be. I really do. I think this was worse than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be closer to Gix than it was, and it really wasn't, so yeah. I don't know. I looked at lists before I even made this one because I wasn't sure where to start. I was looking at EDH Rec for multiplayer stuff. It is different in multiplayer than 1v1. That's another thing to consider. This is not 4-player. That you do play very different cards in a multiplayer format than this, and yeah, it just doesn't really work too well. It's not bad. but it's not great. It's really not great. Maybe a 6 out of 10. A 5 or a 6 out of 10, I think. If you're a fan of it and you have a deck list that's super successful, you're probably like, what? Oh, 8 out of 10. But I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. I play a lot of Historic Brawl. We know what most games are decided by, and this doesn't come too prepared for the greater, broader things out there that you're expected to play against. It's good in the mirror, though, right? You can say that. You have a 50% win rate in the mirror. Huge. All right. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. My voice is completely gone. Stuck.